possible, and also don't just use them to serve yourself, because that's annoying and obnoxious and tiresome, but use them to promote your peers, right? Like, in journalism, we try to promote each other sometimes, right? We like care about each other. In music, it's the same thing. I mean, I got a lot of gigs by booking gigs for people, right? By creating a network nationally, a little bit internationally, where people could actually share shows and trade gigs. That's really important. Learn to write if you can, and that's not just to be a journalist, that's to be anything. Be a clear, coherent, kind, smart, succinct writer. That wasn't succinct at all. And I'm not that kind, but I try to be. I would say kindness actually really matters in everything you're doing. So like, advocating and championing other people before yourself, number one. Number two, be kind. Number three, know how to do everything so you can be kind of like Live Nation and Westward and a radio station and really the city and an activist and all of these things in one. And then ultimately other people will start working with you and you can focus a little bit more and hone on whatever you want to do. But as depressing as it is, we live in an economy that's totally precarious. So for you to stay employed, you need to know how to do a bunch of things these days. I once had a plumbing job. I was an assistant plumber and I was really bad at it. And my boss made fun of me for wanting to be a jack of all trades. And to this day, that remark haunts me. And I'm like, God, I'm just such a jack of all trades. Everything I've been able to do professionally is because I'm a jack of all trades. So I encourage you to be that.
Quickly, the only way to be a concert promoter, and a good one at that, is to have had every single job besides booking shows and being a concert promoter, so that you can know how to tell everybody what to do, and if something happens, you can be the person correcting that problem. So, absolutely, if what you want to do is be a concert promoter, be a ticketing person, be a marketing person, be a production assistant, be every single job you can before that, if that's what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, and try to book shows the entire time while you're doing that, but at the end of the day, you're going to need all of that to be the best you can be at doing that. And then, like you said, just to have a job in this economy, in this world right now, people change careers 6-7 times when they used to have one job for 40 years. So it does not hurt you to do that. I will say that after doing a lot of jobs for a lot of years, you may want to focus on something because, it's great to be, good at a lot of different things, but it's really good to be great at one thing. So.
I think you were right. If you want to be a musician, just focus on being a musician, and you're going to struggle for a little bit. But I think on the corporate end of it, then build a portfolio and know how to do 4 things when you're really only supposed to know how to do 1. Because what some people don't realize is these big corporations are just money machines. So if me and him are up for the job and I can be an on-air talent and I can also produce and write and do all my commercials, but he's a great on-air talent, just like me, he might be a little better than me because I can do 2 jobs and they can pay me 1 person for 2 jobs, I'll get the job. And so that's just how it is. It's unfortunate, but that's just the name of the game. And radio's not I know they say journalism is dying. Radio's not dying. I don't think radio will necessarily die. We have more competition with iTunes and all that kind of stuff, but I still think radio is on the up and coming, but everywhere they go, they try to cut money because they're going to try to punk you and say, well, journalism is dying, so radio's next. How much can we get you for cheap? So I think to be able to know 4 things is the most ultimate key. If I was just a radio personality, I wouldn't get my job. I produce my own commercials. When I started my podcast, Rose's Risky Rotation, to this day, I bring in the chairs, I do the lighting, I do the editing, because it's just like what you said before. You have to prove to them the concept before they put money behind it, because they don't care about you, essentially, at the end of the day. And so, if I can write my own commercials, I can do my own show, I can be an on-air personality, and I can also go do other things, then they gotta steal. They don't have to teach me to do anything. And another piece of advice is do everything on your own, but I think the biggest key is all you have to do is get access into the building. Just be able, I'm serious, just be able to have the key card. Because, for example, I started as a board op. Well, first I was an intern where I would set up tents for a whole year. They wouldn't even let me near the studio. And then they started letting me be a board op where I would just sit literally for 10 hours and make sure none of the radios broke down. And if they broke down, I would just go hit a button. I'd literally just sit there every night, which I was fine with. But when I was in there, I noticed every single studio was open. So now I have Pro Tools, Adobe, all that stuff that I could use for 10 hours. And everybody there wants to be there and loves to be there, so they're gonna teach you how to do it. I was just college for business marketing. I didn't know anything about radio, nothing. You can figure it all out when you get there, just like anything, a musician. If you want to go be a promoter, you go to the show early and you leave late and you start watching how people do stuff and you do it too. So it's like once you have access into the building, once you have the key card to get in, you can come in at all hours of the day and just work on your craft, work on it, work on it, work on it, and just keep bugging them. Hey, here's my tape now, here's my tape now. What about this, what about that? And they're not going to shut you down after they see consistency. I think it's consistency and really just being able to do every single thing. Don't think that just getting away with one thing now is going to get you by. It's definitely not. So.